The November election is drawing near with just 2 weeks until the midterms and early voting now underway. We'd like to welcome Rodney Travis, the Libertarian nominee for State House District 109, representing Charleston and Dorchester counties. It's great to have you here with us.
Thank you, Layla.
You are running against Democratic incumbent Deon T. So I want to know why you decided to run. Again, this is your third go at it.
Yes, Layla. This past 2 years has been very rough on the entire country, and I just could not stand by and let a Democrat run unopposed. I said, I'm going to run, I'm going to go down to the Election Commission, file, and then hope the Libertarian Party Convention would nominate me, and thankfully they did, so here I am.
As a Libertarian, what is your platform?
My platform follows the guidelines of the South Carolina Libertarian platform, which is primarily having government look out for life, liberty, and property rights. We're not too much into managing the economy, giving out grants, trying to solve problems with money. We like personal responsibility. We like things to kind of work out instead of saying we need $50 million to do this. It just doesn't work a lot of times. And it costs a lot of money, and the money comes from the taxpayers.
But wouldn't you say, though, that money is sometimes needed to make certain changes?
Well, not exactly. I think that sometimes if you have more money in your personal wallet, the more money you're going to give to charities that can do the proper job of assisting organizations that can help out and help people in need, instead of using these issues as some sort of a prop for politicians. Hey, vote for me and I'm going to tax Layla to give you her money to, so your life won't be so difficult.
Well, tell us what you see wrong. What do you want to see fixed in those counties between Charleston and Dorchester?
Well, I think we have a lot of crime every day. Even this past week, we hear about shootings every day, people getting killed. We have a bad economy, and we have a lot of things going on that need to be fixed. And I think primarily we're all upset about the crime. You never know when a gun is going to go off, and people are just, it's like the OK Corral. And we have to stop that here in Charleston.
How do you fix it, though? What is your proposition to fix those problems?
Well, I think a lot of it is the revolving door policies. And when they have some of these shootings, you learn about the people's previous records and why they might be out on bond, and say, well, how did this guy get back out on the street? And they said, well, we only can set the bond so high. Well, I'm one of the politicians that will raise bonds to allow these judges to keep these criminals in jail for longer for their violent offenses.
Well, I think you see eye to eye with our Republican governor, Henry McMaster. He says the same thing. He says that the rate of bond should be raised. A lot of your Democratic opponents and in other districts say that that bond should be lowered, if not eliminated completely. So besides crime in this area, what about education? Education is also at the top of everyone's minds.
Yes, education is very important. And I think one of the things about the Libertarian Party, we want education. We'd like a more non-governmental run education system, and we really would like to see the federal Department of Education closed down. We had education going way before they were created, and we have even more problems now after their creation. So let's close down the federal Department of Education, and then we don't have to jump through their hoops anymore, and we can work on our state education problems.
Mm-hmm. And I want to also talk about just in terms of society as a whole, other problems that you see that face your constituents, your potential constituents. We also have a big problem with transportation and infrastructure, technological infrastructure. But those things do take money. So going back to your first point is not necessarily taxing more, but how would you go about getting money to make those improvements?
Right. Well, we have roads and we have gas taxes being paid every second of the day. There's always people at the gas pump. Where does all this tax money go? We should have streets made of gold just about. And there's litter, and there's dirt, and there's trash everywhere on the
Potholes.
roads, and litter, and it's just a mess. And I'm tired of it. And where's all this money going to? And people want wider roads. Sure, we need to get I-26 widened. We'd like to get I-95 widened. And there should be plenty of money for that, but the things don't get done.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us. You do have a Libertarian Election Night Watch Party that is happening Tuesday, November 8th. Don't forget to vote, everybody. Early voting currently underway, as I said before, 7 to 10 p.m. This is at the Madra Rua Irish Pub in Park Circle. I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Maybe a third time will be a charm.
I hope so.
We're going to hear from your opponent in just a bit. We're back after this.